днеска на работа ли е?
Да.
Ама дневна смена или нощна или къде?
Ама щастлива ли си за шарана?
Много. Много съм щастлива.
Yep, these are the type of gifts we give each other in the Balkans, and more specifically, Bulgaria. So, a quick background about me for anyone who doesn't know, my name is Laurie, and I abandoned New York City for a small farm in Bulgaria, and my life has changed completely. We went from giving each other shoes and bags as gifts to fish and lambs. So yes, what you see here is my boyfriend cleaning the fish, and we actually got this fish from a coworker of his, a good friend who has a fish farm. And here, yes, of course, you're going to see me doing the traditional fisherwoman fish poses. I just have to learn how to hold the fish closer to the camera so that it looks bigger. In defense of the fish, he was quite big and he was really heavy, so I couldn't get my arm to hold him out for too long. Anyway, so what you're seeing here is a tustulop in Bulgarian. In English, I really don't know. I Googled it and it's saying a flathead, a European flathead. But please, if any fishermen are out there, correct me. And these offerings are a common thing out here, actually. I wake up and at our front door, we have a fish, or we have a rooster, or we have a pumpkin, or we have tomatoes. It's just, it's a give and take. We give, we get, and everyone helps each other out. Now, let's get to the fish that my boyfriend gave my grandma, and this fish is called a sharan. I actually have a lot I want to tell you about this fish, but I just can't wait to show you what my grandma did, so let's just jump in.
Това си е личен
избор. Живеете с него.
Да.
I am just salivating looking at it. I want to have it right this second. Okay, so what you're seeing here is walnut stuffed sharan. So there's other things inside like onions and carrots, but essentially the main ingredient is sharan and inside walnuts. And actually the first time I ever tried this, the first time my grandma ever made this was on Nikolden, and in English, St. Nicholas Day, which is a very big holiday in Bulgaria where we all get together and eat fish.
Чакай, аз обичам очите.
Ето, чакай да дам по-голямо, такова да си сипате от лука.
I actually don't know what I'm ewing in the background. I actually love fish eyes too, just not the squishy part. There's this little hard white ball that's in there that I love. Anyway, and yeah, that's my uncle. I promise he's not always that clumsy. I guess it happens. Now, back to the sharan. What I wanted to tell you guys before was that I actually learned here that apparently Westerners don't love eating this fish because it's considered quote unquote a dirty fish. The reasoning behind that, from what I understood, is that it's a bottom feeder and therefore a dirty fish. But I will let you guys know that I promise this is one of the most delicious fish I've ever had in my life. It beats any sushi or tuna I've ever had, and I would really recommend trying it. The only thing is, if you are going to try it, you do have to make sure to get it from a good source because it can taste like tinya. Tinya in English, what I'm trying to get to is the mud at the bottom of lakes. So you have to make sure you either get this fish farmed so he's not feeding from the bottom, or to make sure that you get it from a lake where it doesn't taste so much like tinya. And actually, now that I think about it, I think this is where this fish gets its bad reputation because I have had sharan that does taste like tinya, it does taste like the mud, and it really is not good. We only get this fish either from my boyfriend's friend or from this one particular lake in Bulgaria. Otherwise, never in restaurants.
После.
После ще им дадем
И ти ли искаш?
една вечер. Няма вилички. Има търчички.
Isn't it?
Today is a special day. So we had sharan for dinner, and yes, I'm going backwards from dinner to breakfast. And now we're going to have lunch in the park, or even more specifically, up in the mountains. And this is why I love hanging out with my grandma so much, because we're always up to something. She never says no to any of my crazy ideas. And why was it such a special day, you may ask? Well, because my mom and my sister were home from America. They are honestly the one thing I miss about America, or the main thing I should say. There are some other things that I miss, but overall, I just wish they would come live here with me, but that hasn't happened yet. I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed. But anyway, here is what we had for lunch, and it's pretty simple, very simple Bulgarian lunch. It's küfteta, tomatoes, and baba's banica. So you can't get any more traditional than küfteta. They're considered real quick and easy to make, according to my grandma. I spent a while making them still, but anyway, it's experience. What they are ground meat, usually pork, with the best blend of spices I think you've ever had, onions, and just all that good stuff. And of course, those of you who know Baba Nina know that we just can't live without her banica. I'll get to that later because she was smart and she doubled it up for lunch and for breakfast. My contribution were the tomatoes. These are grown right here on our farm. And we always look to bring my grandma, both my grandmas and my whole family, provisions from the farm, which they always get really happy about. If we don't have provisions to bring, let's say it's winter and there aren't any tomatoes, this is where we buy our tomatoes. This is Baba's favorite spot. She goes to the Pazar and then goes for coffee. After a very simple and very delicious lunch, we walked over to here. This is honestly, my mind blew when I saw it. It is one of the most amazing things I think I've ever seen. It's a full-blown stone river. And yes, what you're looking at are literally humongous boulders that run down the mountain just as a river would and create this phenomena. And this is called Zlatnite Mostove in Vitusha, the reason for the name, which translates to golden bridges. And the reason, as far as I understood, for the name golden bridges is actually because of that yellow lichen fungus that you see on the top of the rocks. It looks a little bit green in the video, actually very green in the video, but in reality, it's this yellowish greenish color, and therefore golden bridges. And of course, it's a great photo op. I mean, look at that river that grows. My grandma actually came all the way up to take a picture together with us, and she sat there and sunbathed after. Hey, what less can you expect from a woman who built her own mountain house and still climbs up there to today with no car? All of you guys who know me, you know I'm a mushroom lover. So yeah, look at these amazing mushrooms. I didn't dare pick any of them because first of all, I see green on them. I'm not an expert, so if I see green, I just don't touch it. And this, I think, is Červena muhomorka, which I believe is the most poisonous mushroom in Bulgaria. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's dangerous. So this is the first breakfast that we're gonna have now that my mom and my sister are home, and it's Bulgarian banica. Ow! Oh my god, patty, it's really hot. And this is kompot. If you guys have watched one of my other videos, you've seen us making it. It's like a juice or a syrup that we make out of fruits over here over the summer to prepare for the winter. And whoever wants can make yogurt with water. You beat it really hard, you add a little bit of salt, and it's called ayran. Bon appetit.
Ей, браво бе, баба.
Не ме учи. Ама аз много го направя. Не па е научил свати, той почина. Е така както е буркана, да го почупиш, е така да го...
Леко ще го щупиш.
Нема да го чупа, аз не ви усещам. И може сам да се отвориш. Аз му бутнах въздуха.
Браво бе.
Ето.
Ей, го.
Докато е топло е хубаво. И после е хубаво, защото е с месо.
So essentially what this is, it's phyllo dough, a couple of layers with Bulgarian cheese and a lot of butter, right? Did I get that right?
Many layers though.
Many layers. You can see the butteriness. Look at that. Ah. Then you cut it into pieces and you beat eggs with fresh milk and you pour it on top. Not too much, not too little. And the reason you cut it into pieces is so that it can get absorbed inside.
And some sugar.
And a touch of sugar. But just a touch. It's not sweet. It's more on the salty side. And there you have it. Another day of what I eat in the Balkans with my grandma. This is just one example of another day. There's many, many different types of days with many, many different types of foods. So I will keep posting as long as you guys are salivating on that end. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. If you have any questions about any recipes, let me know. I'm happy to share. And I hope to see you guys next time.